Welcome to today's class. Today we're going to feature a lot of possibly arm days since last time we did a bit of leg day. But let's see. I don't want to scare you too early. Okay, so we're going to start with 5 deep breaths. Legs are straight, so you also get to stretch the hamstring. All right, that's 4. Oh, sun was shining at this time, so it was a very, very good morning to do very nice things. All right, let's warm up the arms, biceps specifically. So, bicep curls. So, alternate bicep curls. Also, holding yourself quite upright, so you're not bending forward. All right, now still bicep curls, but this time from the side when the shoulders or the elbows are parallel to the ground. All right, then we're going to do alternate shoulder presses. So about 10 pairs of these. Okay, let's do some chest flies. So try and keep your elbows parallel to the ground the entire time. Okay, this will really activate your shoulders. Okay, back to the alternate the bicep curls from down. Then we'll do the other bicep curls. Basically, we're going through another set of just this warm up. So just really trying to really warm up the arms. Okay, let's come to the neck. So some neck rotations. So we're going to do about 3 to 5 pairs of these, but switching from one side to the other. Just trying to really activate everywhere because we're going to be in a position where we're going to require whether the neck can get a bit stiff. So just trying to loosen up the shoulders and the neck. Okay, if you're no stranger to my classes, then you're familiar with this move. So just really trying to warm up the sides, those obliques. All right, let's get to the trunk twist. So it's gonna be a dynamic one, so not quite holding it on any side, just twisting from side to side. If you can link this with your breathing, even better. So when you come back to center, you're breathing in and then breathing out. So just trying to really warm up everywhere, everything, because today is going to be a bit of the whole body. Okay, let's activate the core, the arms, and the hips with these high knee while holding it up there. So we're gonna do 10 pairs of these or 20 repetitions depending on how you prefer to count them. So really try and really pushing your tummy so that you're really engaging your core. Pilates is very, very good and focuses a lot on core engagement. Okay, for the modification of this movement, please look at the attached version. So you have this one where you start balancing on one leg, flexing and plantar flexing and dorsiflexing your foot. And then we're gonna go into this nice aeroplane balance stand, well, ish, modified because the arms are coming down. This is good for stretching the hamstrings. Okay, very good. Let's switch over to the other leg, starting with the balancing act. And as you're balancing, you're flexing and extending your foot, or rather, dorsiflexing and plantar flexing your foot. So, 3 times for that. And then we're gonna go into that balance and just really nicely stretching that hamstring, testing our balance, and up we go. Very good. Okay, legs slightly wider than shoulders. We're gonna slide downwards, keeping the legs as straight as you can. So we also get that nice hamstring stretch. If you bend your knees, yes, you'll be able to get to your toes, but you won't get that nice hamstring stretch that we're looking for. Okay, quad stretch. Um, I am guessing that by this time you're able to balance, but if you're not able to, feel free to use the wall or seat or whatever you'd like to use to help you balance. So we're going to have about 5 pairs of these, of this stretch. Okay, let's switch gears and stretch that glute and also still working on our balance. So the idea is to really try and squeeze it to your chest as much as you can. We're gonna do 2 more pairs, but we're gonna add ankle rotation. So let's rotate the foot towards the outside. So 5 times towards the outside, and then switch to the other leg. Again, rotating the ankle towards the outside. And as you've guessed, we're going to do this again and then rotate the ankle towards the inside. Okay, so we're going to come down to the mat and just prepare ourselves to begin because this is now where we get into it properly. So the first one is we've done this before. It's the bear crawl lift. Yep. So we're gonna do 10 of these. That's 4, 5, 6 as you're smiling, 7, 8, 9, and here's a twister. Hold the 10th one for 10 seconds. So we're gonna hold it for 10 counts. As you're still smiling at the camera, as you're feeling pain, ha ha ha. Then go again. So another 10, and we're gonna hold the 10th one again for 10 counts. Awesome. Now, as an intermediate, just before you rest, we're gonna extend the right or the left leg, depending on which one you want to start with, and we're gonna make an arc. So just to demonstrate, so arc to the outside, arc to the inside. Just to demonstrate again from the side so you're able to see. So leg is extended, then you make an arc, so lift and tap, lift and tap, lift and tap, then lift and tap. This is really going to fire up your glutes. Oh my gosh, it will fire up your glutes. Okay, so we'll do and inside. That's one, two. So we're paying attention to the technique and execution. So don't be too much in a hurry because then otherwise it becomes ineffective. All right, so let's finish 10 of these. Okay, before we switch over to the other leg, let's come back to the bear crawl raises. That's one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, and hold the last one for about 10 counts, and then we're gonna do that again. Yay, happy faces everywhere. Okay, so let's come back to the other leg. So we're gonna do the arc. So outside and in, outside and two, outside and three, outside. Let's get to 10. Okay, so we are done with those ones. Unless, of course, you want to go for another round. Take the time to rotate your wrists because you've been having a bit of weight on your wrists. Do what feels good before we come to the next one. If you need some water, take some water. If you need to pause, you can pause the video and then continue when you're ready. Okay, so next one, there's a modification I've attached to the top of the screen. But others are tapping our shoulders, so 10 pairs of these, about 20 shoulder taps, depending on how you're going to count them. Just before you rest, let's come back there and forward. So it's like you're trying to get your head to your knees, but not really allowing your knees to get to the mat. And go again, and up. Go for 4, and up. So it's like you're really trying to just really fold yourself. 5. So I'm going to do 10 of these, and then we can rest for a bit. Yay, happy faces. Woohoo. All right, just a good time to chill for a little bit. Rotate your wrists if you need to. Okay, let's go for round two. In case you're doing the modification, you're just doing the plank as was demonstrated in the first time we were doing this. So 10 pairs of these, and then we're gonna come into the that fancy movement where it's like we're trying to fold ourselves like clothes or something. All right, and fold yourself and come back to the plank. Fold yourself, come back to the plank. So try and keep your knees off the ground so the entire time it's just your toes and your palms which are on the floor. And we are done. Yay! I hope you're smiling like I am because whew, that was quite something. All right, take some time, just do what feels good, get some water, pause the video if you need to, because then we are coming to our next two movements. Okay, so you might hate me for this next one, but we're going to start with not the plank, but commandos. So we're going to start with one arm, bringing us up. So if you start with the right, so right hand gives you up, right hand takes you down. Right up, right down. Right up, right down. So we're going to do 10 repetitions of these. And then we're going to switch to the other arm. Commandos, here we go. Woohoo! All right. Now rest for a bit, preferably not too long, or as long as you need to. And then we can switch over to the other arm. Okay, here's a disclaimer. As much as we're doing 10 repetitions, please do as many as you can. Okay, so if you're only able to do 2 or 3 for each arm, do that number. Use the first arm to dictate how many you're going to do the second arm so there's balance. So if in the first time you only manage to do 3, then do 3 for this other arm only. Okay, let's rest for a bit. And then we have just one more movement. Okay, you might hate me pro max right now, which is why I'm smiling. But we're gonna come and do push ups. Now, here's the modification. We're going to focus on lifting ourselves up from the ground. So it's not really a full push up per se, it's just practicing, teaching our arms how to lift ourselves up from the ground. So, no arms and lift. lower yourself, no arms, and lift. So this should be easier than the typical push-up, which is done continuously. This one focuses more on the technique of lifting yourself up off the ground. Again, please do as many as you can. So if you only manage to do five, do five. That's good enough. If you only manage to do six, do six. Otherwise, you can do 10, just like I will, and then you can call it a nice rest before we do some bit more work. Okay, spoiler alert, we're going to do everything we've just done again, and then we'll call it a day. So let's start with the bear crawl raises. So again, 10 of these. Then we hold up the 10th one for 10 counts. And then repeat again the lift and hold again on the 10th one. Yeah, I know I'm smiling, but I'm just hiding the fact that I'm also dying. Oh my gosh, this is a full body workout. Not gonna lie. Arms, shoulders, core, legs. Oh my goodness. How do bears do this? I wonder. Okay, so we're gonna modify the leg action. So instead of making an arc, we're just going to lift the leg up and down. Okay, so again, just focusing on the glute, just for a bit of demonstration. Here we go. So leg is extended, and then lifting it up and down, up and down, up and down. Good. So we're gonna do 10 repetitions, and then we're gonna hold it up for 10 seconds. All right, ready? And go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, focusing on technique and execution. That's 7, 8. You realize I slowed down just so we can able to focus on that and hold it up for 10 seconds. You can count for yourself or forever for how long you're able to hold it up for, and then bring it down. All right. Bear crawl raises. Are you ready? Hang in there, hang in there. Almost done. All right, let's go again. So 10 repetitions. Are you shaking? I remember I was shaking at this point, asking myself, oh my goodness, am I the one who was doing this? Oh my gosh, the things I take myself through. Anyway, so leg raises, single leg raises, glute raises. Again, focusing on form and technique. 2, 3, Okay, hold it up for 10 counts or for as long as you held up the other leg. So if you only manage to do 5 seconds or 5 counts in your head, then this one should also be 5 counts only. Okay, good. Those ones are done and dusted. We won't be repeating them again today. Yay. Okay, next up we have the shoulder taps or the plank, depending on which variation you're able to do. So 10 pairs of these, or rather 20 repetitions. Okay, I'm not sure what to call this, but I just call it folding yourself, or rather getting your forehead to your knees or as close to it as possible. So I'm gonna do again 10 repetitions of these. That's 3, 4. Also, just to remind you that you can do as many as you can. So if you only manage to do 5, then we're gonna work with 5. So it's one of the ways to be able to tell whether or not you're actually improving with time. So at least in a couple of weeks, you should be able to get, if you manage to do only 5, then in a couple of weeks, you should be able to do at least 2 more. And that's how you manage to measure your progress. Yay. Okay, let's rest it for a bit. Hey, okay, so what do you think I was thinking about in this position? Possibly rethinking my life's choices. You're possibly rethinking yours. I was also wondering whether or not to add another set, so we make it 3 sets. I was like, you know what? Yeah, maybe not today. You're welcome. Okay, let's come back to it. So, gonna start with the shoulder taps. So 10 pairs or other 20 repetitions, and then we're going to fold ourselves, for lack of a better term, 10 times. Okay, well done. Those ones are done. Oh my word. Oh my word. You can scream if you want to. You can, let it all out. Ask yourself the questions. Am I the one doing this to myself? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Decisions, decisions. Okay, just take a minute. Just do what feels good. Get some water if you need to. The good news is we're almost finished. Okay, let's come back to the commandos. Now, a small surprise here. Instead of focusing on only one arm, I decided to do alternate. I'll show you how. Ready? So, right arm down, left arm up, left arm down. Good. Right arm up, right arm down, left arm up, left arm down. Let's go again. All right, that's 3. Okay, let's pause it there because ideally what we've done is 10 repetitions. So I'm going to do it again, alternating. Right arm, left arm, left arm. That's 1. Good stuff. I'm sure you're all asking ourselves whether we signed up for the military by mistake. Okay, so we have one more movement to do, and then we can get to our burpees. Okay, I'm joking. No burpees. I'm joking. I'm joking. Relax. I'm joking. Okay, let's finish off with the push ups. So, again, the focus is on being able to get yourself off the ground. So, if you only manage 2, if you only manage 5, let's work with that. As we said, we are working with where we are right now, and then we'll progress and do more as time keeps going. You just need to be consistent and you just need to be kind to yourself. All right, good stuff, good stuff. Almost done, almost done. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Yay, we are done. Just take a minute, just relax, just sleep, just do what feels good. If you want to stay here for the next 1 hour, you're free to do so. Yay, good stuff. What I'm curious about is whether you did it continuously as I did, or you kept pausing the video. The advantage of doing it continuously is that you just do it for about half an hour and then you're done. Pausing the video also works. But yeah, I'm curious, which one did you do? Okay, so let's sit down. You can keep lying down if that works for you. Just do what feels good. Okay, just do what feels good. For us, or rather for myself, I'm gonna sit in this position and just try to do what feels good. Okay, so cool down really just depends up to you. You can start with wrist rotations. So 10 times clockwise, then 10 times anti-clockwise. If you're watching this and it is your objective to lose weight, the best exercises to actually do this tend to be resistance exercises, just like the ones we've done today. Today we've been working against body weight, so our resistance was our body weight. It's like gymming. So what happens is that you really fire up your metabolism because you need to produce strength and force and energy to be able to work against that resistance. And the feel good effect and the effects of the metabolism stay for even up to 3-4 hours post workout. So even when you're done, you're still burning energy, you're still burning those extra calories. So if you're looking to lose weight, then this is a very, 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 very good way to do it. Okay, let's take the neck a bit round and round. Just like we did in the beginning, we're going to alternate between clockwise and anti-clockwise. Please feel free to do anything else that feels nice for you. Okay, this is your moment. Just take a minute, claim your minute, do what feels good. Well done for getting this far. Yay, just smile, just feel good, clap for yourself, and have a great day.